Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here and we are live. And I'm about to sneeze, but we are here a little late, but we're here. I am Heather. We come to you live each and every day, Monday through Thursday, so you can learn about LUMINESS. Today, we're going to be talking about coverage, how to get full coverage, light coverage, whatever you need, you can get it with the same system, the same makeup. And so every time we do these, we do like to cover the basics, the beginnings of airbrushing. And so let's go over that quickly. Let me go over, see, where is it? There. This is one of our systems. This is our Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend, and of course the Breeze. And the Breeze is something that we use, that I'll use today. And it is our chargeable cordless one that everybody loves. It comes with makeup. It comes with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love, and Blush. And we'll go over how to use those as well. Now, when you first start out, this is what we want you to do right here. You want to make sure that you keep your Breeze or your stylus moving, bam, 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 and then lightly pull back on that trigger. And you want to make sure you are keeping it 4 finger widths away on your face. And so that is the perfect distance to get that flawless coverage. Okay. Hello, Zandra. Hello, Jeannie. Good morning. Good morning. Jeannie, you may not have gotten the notification because I was late. There's a wreck on my way here, and so joy. Yes, we are live, Marilyn. Good morning, Stephanie. We are live. Hello, Cindy. Good to see you. Hello, Luminess. Nope, it is not a rerun, Stephanie. It is live. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to focus on coverage right now, because that's one thing, like when I do my lessons, like if you need extra help on how to airbrush, there's a link in the bio or the description below. Good morning, Andrea. You can book a class. We have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 noon Central Time, and they're small group classes, so you get that one-on-one attention, and we go over it. But a lot of times what I hear is coverage. Like it's not giving me the coverage that I want. So I really just want to focus on that today, because that way you get to see, and I'm only going to do one side of my face. Now I do have some tinted moisturizer on, so I am going to take that off. And so you will actually see the coverage. Stephanie had a question. What is the difference between Tip Top Cleaner and the Rose Tip Top Cleaner? Nothing, except the Rose Tip Top Cleaner has the Bulgarian rose in it. It has that rose smell in it. Jeannie says, can I get 2 of the same colors of foundation in my monthly? Yeah, you can get once for sure. You just have to reach out to customer service and they will change that for you. Yeah, your monthly deliveries are I can't even think today. Yeah, your monthly delivery, you can do it, like you can add stuff to it. You can add Tip Top Cleaner, you can add Velvet Veil. There's certain things you can add to. You can get 2 of the same color for sure. All right. You see where my glass marks are. All right, so now that I have let me see if I can put some lotion on real quick too. I'm going to put a little bit of lotion. All right, yeah, those eyes moisturized. Today has been, or this past week was crazy busy. I was out of town for work and then came back, and it's been crazy. On the go. And this is our Monday morning. All right, so I am going to use Rose 4-in-1, and it's shade 3. And the reason I'm going to talk about coverage is because with coverage and kind of the starting out of airbrushing. Okay. Hey, Lindy, how are you? Christina says, I can't figure out the matte bronzer. What am I doing wrong? When I use the matte bronzer, one of my face turns orange. So it still is spray. And Christina, be careful on you're spraying the same amount. But let's say you're here, boom, 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 boom. When you switch to the other side, make sure you're still angled for your matte bronzer, okay? So just make sure that you're applying it the same way, if that makes sense. Because chances are, sometimes people can be a little bit closer than they think because you're having to cross your arm, and make sure that you're spraying it straight on. Make sure you're doing it very little. I found it. Let's see, good morning. Can I get two of the same colors? Yes. I had a natural blush my monthly because the monthly bronzer on. Oh, I need coffee. I need you need the natural blush. Oh, all right. So now I'm going to do coverage today, and so I'm just going to put some drops in here, more than I normally would use, because we're going to kind of play with it so you can see the difference. Okay. Good morning, Amber. How are you? So when we're talking airbrush and we're talking foundation and we're talking coverage, I would say stick with either the Silk 4-in-1, Advanced Silk 4-in-1, or the Rose 4-in-1. Rose 4-in-1 is going to give you medium to full coverage, and then the Silk Advanced one is sheer to medium. But it is all about coverage and passes, okay? So if I turn my system on and I'm holding it 4 finger widths away from my face, I'm going to start my movements and barely pull back on my trigger. Now, I can hear it when it comes out. I'm pulling back very lightly. Make a pass underneath my eyes. I'm holding my stylus directly at my face. It's not at a slant. It's not at an angle. It is directly at my face. Now, I'm only doing one side right now because I do want you to see the light coverage. And then I can make another pass. Okay. Now, that is basically one pass on one side of my face. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but that's going away because I have it here, and you can see how where my glasses were. Andrea, the Rose foundation is full coverage, medium to full. So I had that on that side, but now you can see how it softens. So things, when you're getting that coverage, things should start to blur, okay? Because when you put this on, it is blending for you. Unlike traditional makeup where you smear it on and then you have to blend that out. This blends as you're putting it on. So you shouldn't see any demarcation lines. You're right at the 4 finger widths away, which is the perfect distance to get that flawless blended coverage. Now, when I want more coverage, I make another pass. I don't call it layers because layers to me are like solid, 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 solid. And that's not how airbrush makeup goes on. It goes on like little pixels, little dots all over. And so we're just filling that in, filling the space in. It also matters because a lot of people were like, oh, I'm not getting the coverage. Look at how far away you are. If you're too far, it's like walking through a mist. You're not going to get that coverage. That's why your moves are also very deliberate. It's not like free for all. Okay. You're going to, like, I'm covering my forehead. I'm going under my eyes. I'm doing here. The moves are very deliberate, and make sure that this is pointing directly at you. You don't want it to the side or like shooting in my ear. Like point it directly at you. Just like if I was putting right on my face. Good morning, Veronica. And so make sure this is pointing at you. It is not a free-for-all, okay? So now I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to do this side. My forehead, I'm making my movements under my eyes, which I need way more moisture under my eyes today. I can blend those two sides. Yeah. Now I can go down my neck. So now I have coverage on both sides, light coverage. You can kind of still see my little sunglass marks, okay? That's all right. This is light coverage, and I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. I'm about to sneeze again. Okay. Hopefully not. All right. So that is one pass, like maybe 1.5 passes, and that's going to give me light coverage. Can I still see some imperfections? Yes, but they are softer. They are fading. It still looks natural. It still looks like my natural skin, okay? But things are starting to even out. Now, if I want more coverage, then I'm going back and making passes. So now I'm going to do this side with more coverage. Oh, Marilyn, I'm so sorry. And I'm going back and forth under my eye. No, Lori, we're just talking about coverage. Going in, getting that where my sunglass mark was, and making more passes, okay? So now I have more coverage on this side. And so I'm getting that coverage by making those passes. I can still see a little bit here, okay? This is the side that I did lighter coverage. They're both natural, okay? They're both feel like my natural skin. It does not feel heavy or cakey, because that's the other thing you have to get out of your head. If you are airbrushing correctly and you want full coverage, it should not feel heavy, cakey, sticky, bleh, okay? If you are doing it the right way. Again, coverage is done in light passes, okay? So I'm going to go back and do another pass on this side. This is the side I'm going to get my full coverage. Oh, I'm out of foundation. Let me put a little bit more in there. Put my drops. Turn on my system. Go down here. Now, even though I am making, hold on, let me stop this. Even though I am making like full passes on this side of my face, the one thing you want to make sure is to, you don't have to put the same amount of makeup, okay? I'm making full passes, but if I was doing this for reals, I would only cover those areas that I need to cover, okay? So I'm going to focus only on those areas. Which I have some broken capillaries here that I'm going to cover. Go down my neck. Well, there. Okay. Can y'all see the difference in the coverage? This is light. And this is full. Light. Full. Light. Full. So once you start, it's going to, you'll start seeing it. Good morning. Let's see. One day I have to do the class going back and forth, and the doctor do. Oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't work on all of them, so I stuck a pen down. Oh yeah, you may have to kind of like wiggle some of that makeup. Um, Good morning. I had someone ask if they could mix regular makeup with water. No, absolutely not. Because what's going to happen is you are going to clog your airbrush and void the warranty. So we don't want that. No, you can only use airbrush makeup in an airbrush, period. All right, so real quick, I do want to talk about this is okay. So this is full coverage. This is, you know, everything's covered, and then I would go in and do my passes and do blush and bronzer and all of that. However, I want to talk about doing coverage because another people also think, oh, I may have the wrong shade. If you are spraying too hard, you are going to think you have the wrong shade. And I will show you on my fair side. Let me see if I have enough makeup in there, maybe. So if I'm doing this, and when you first start out, you may be spraying too hard. So I'm just going to do it right here. So if I went in, and I'm thinking, you know, okay, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. It's not splattering. It's not. Well, number one, if I touch this, it's wet. Good morning, Pam. But it doesn't look too bad. But if I kept going, I'm going to do it on my chin, like neck. Yeah, let me put more in. But if I kept going, I mean, I can do it where it looks pretty good, except if I touched it, it would be wet. So then I know I'm spraying too hard. I'm also concentrating in this area too much. So it's going to enhance wrinkles, crinkles, pores, all of that. Like right now, I can see my pores big time. Oh, did I just run out of batteries? There we go. And then I can do. Now, it kind of looks okay, right? It doesn't look too bad. But it's super wet. And look how off the color is. See how that looks too orange and too dark? Whereas this side does not. Okay, so when I tell you that there's some wiggle room in there as far as colors go, there is because of how I put it on. It goes on in light passes, light passes. So you're just filling in that space. But see how this is turning to dark. So who was it that said they can't get the bronzer right? This is what happens if maybe when you're doing the bronzer, if you're doing the bronzer too heavy. And sometimes that will happen if you can get one side done and you're like, oh, that's good. And then you get to the other side and it's not. Just watch how it go. Like, make sure you're putting it on the same way. Yeah, it is. It's turning orange. So anytime I hear, but it doesn't. And I think this is sometimes what throws people. The application doesn't look too bad because it's similar to traditional makeup. Okay. Did it enhance my wrinkles and crinkles? Yes. But we're used to traditional makeup. So now we have to think of airbrush makeup. This is not how airbrush makeup goes on. So when it's wet, sticky, I turned orange. You did this. You put it on like traditional makeup. This is how it goes on. Light passes. Things should start to blur and go away versus bam, like heavy coverage. And it doesn't matter if I'm doing full coverage, it still should look natural, light, not enhanced, not look orange, not show my pores more. Does that make sense, guys? Is this all making sense? Christina, yeah, even if I did the bronzer just right here and then I did it too much here, you would be able to tell the difference. It is all about the spray. So just make sure that you have that you're spraying it even and that you're spraying it bam, bam, bam. And when you cross, that you are still holding that stylus right to your face, that it's not going to the side or it's blowing straight at you. Okay? Making sense? I like showing the right and wrong way because I think that's very helpful because a lot of people think they're doing it correctly. Now this is dry. This is not full coverage, guys. This is spraying too hard. This is full coverage. It looks like my skin. It's not looking orange. It's not looking cakey. Okay? Andrea said, take your time in applying it. This is going to cut your getting ready time in half. We just need to make sure that you are airbrushing properly. Don't get frustrated. Everybody goes through this. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, once you know that you are holding it that 4-finger widths away, that you keep that stylus moving, because you're always going to go back and make another pass to get that coverage that you want. It should never feel heavy or sticky. It should never look orange. Okay? Never look orange. All right, guys? All right. That's it for today. That's what we're going to do. We were talking about coverage. Right coverage, wrong coverage. Marilyn said, the first time I did it, I looked cakey and looked 90 years old. Well, if you watch any of my Halloween stuff, I did an old lady, and that's exactly how I did it. I'll tell you what, you want to do some Halloween makeup, that will show you that teaches you a lot about airbrushing. When I did my Halloween makeup, I made this face. And then I sprayed too heavy, and I sprayed, I just oversprayed big time because that created more wrinkles and crinkles. So that should tell you something. Spraying too heavy is not going to work. Spraying too heavy is what majority of the people do because they're still putting it on when they first start out, because they're putting it on like traditional makeup. This is airbrush. How you're putting it on, obviously, is different, but pulling back, how it reacts to your skin, how it goes on light, airy, should not feel wet or sticky. Those are things that you need to look for. Exactly, Andrew said, less is more. Exactly. All right, guys, thank you so much. Sorry for being late. Dadgum Houston traffic. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.